Greetings, my name is Rudimentary Rob. Welcome back to my Astroneer series. Today we're going to do a bit of housekeeping around the base. We're going to knock out a couple of missions, unlock a few little odds and ends. So get yourself strapped in, pop on your favourite Astroneer helmet, and let's get started. Alright, there's Usagi. That's our latest Galastropod. I knew they had like abilities, but I hadn't actually stopped to look at what they are. So Sylvie gives you a light source. Usagi here dances like a boss when you pat him. But also, he locates valuables or interesting things. Now, I didn't stumble across any examples of that specifically in this episode because I was a bit more focused on making some upgrades. Part of our list of things that we're going to get through in this episode is we're crossing off some of the, I'll say, more basic missions that often lead to other missions. And in too many playthroughs that I've had before in Astroneer, I've inadvertently done them in the wrong order. And so, for example, I've, mined copper, as I did this time. I've mined copper before I actually got the mission that says, go out and mine copper. Well, malachite specifically. And so, because I did things out of order and I haven't actually previously, since picking the mission up, I haven't sort of gone out and, mined any malachite to cross that one off. So, we've got a few missions like that in our log. Not specifically mining ones, just little ones that maybe we've done a bit of it, but we did it before we actually unlocked the relevant mission. So we're going to do a little bit of a tidy up to address most of those, because I want all of them done before we get too cozy heading off to another planet, because then we just get a whole bunch of new missions. But the thing is, we might not be getting the additional missions for that, planet or moon that would have come from us having done everything on Silver. So that's most of what we're doing in this episode. So we've gone up, we've got some malachite, we're going to smelt it into copper. We've already got a fair bit there, but hey, look, copper's pretty useful. Malachite by itself, can't think of anything particularly exciting. But in doing that mission, we've now unlocked a mission involving placing a train station, which is what this thing is all about. We have to place it on the North Pole of Glacio. Now, I don't know that this is specifically a Christmas one. I mean, the name of the mission alludes to a completely different scenario, so I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's been in my playthroughs before and not specifically at this time of the year. So I think it is just a default mission and they've just picked the North Pole for no particular reason. So that's another mission we've got for Glacio. We've got I think we've got something else there for Glacio as well. Actually, yeah, that one, the new structures detected. That also involves the North Pole. So yeah, we're gonna keep doing that sort of thing. Next mission here is we're going to print ourselves a chemistry lab, and then we have to make either a rubber or a plastic. Rubber and plastic only use basic components or basic materials for them. Rubber is carbon and compound, and plastic, actually maybe I've got that backwards. Basically, between burning a bit of organic to create carbon and having some resin and some compound, that's really all you need to make either rubber or plastic. So we've unlocked the recipe now for the chemistry lab, and we can see we need the ceramic, the glass, and the plastic, I think it was. No, it can't be. What was the other one? Ugh, it went up too quick. I really speed the things up a bit too much sometimes, but long story short, we're just grabbing all the bits we need now, and then we're going to crank that one out. Oh, tungsten, that's right. We're going to crank that one out, and we'll get it set up on a platform. We'll crank out a rubber or a plastic. We'll probably do a bit of both, to be honest. They are both very useful in a variety of different items and workstations. In the meantime, we're getting ready to sort of head out and about in the tractor because we want to pick up some bits and pieces, and we're also getting ready for another mission involving the medium container. We kind of need to do this first because we need plastic, I think it is, to make the medium container. So once we've got that underway, we're going to go for a run in the tractor, and yeah, that'll cross off another mission or 3. Now, we just got the mission for the atmospheric condenser. However, it needs iron, and iron we can't get from silver, so we're going to need to go to another planet for that. Don't worry, it's on my to-do list. For the moment, we're going to put that one on the back burner. Same with the lithium one. We'll get to those in due time. This is the one we want to print and fill a medium resource canister. That's our next port of call as far as missions go. Alright, here's our medium resource canister. The canisters are a bit of a funny thing to work with when you first get one. You get used to them pretty quick though. Essentially, they've got a function where you can enable or disable input on them. By default, the input is, oh, sorry, output, I should say. You can enable or disable the output. So with the output disabled, which is what they are on by default, they will accept input, but they won't spit any of it out until you turn the output on. If the output is on, they still accept input through the top. So you can use them like a buffer that way if you're, big on the automation. I'm not a massive automation type person. I tend to use these as just a, go out and farm a whole bunch of one resource, drag it back, and then rest in the knowledge that I won't need to farm that resource for quite a while. Now, we've returned to this little kind of vehicle yard type thing, and I wanted to settle my curiosity about whether the roof was actually a solar panel or not. Now, the floodlight is off, and I wanted to make sure that there wasn't something going on power-wise. So I plugged in the RTG, and then I plugged in the floodlight just to confirm my suspicion that, yes, the floodlight is on. So that means the roof is very likely not a solar panel, in which case I'm actually a bit less interested in this thing now. It's just, I think if you wanted to automate a whole bunch of trains on Silver to collect resources and dump them off, or maybe do some other kind of production related structure with that, I'd say go for it. For myself, bit too much work for something that I'm hardly going to use. So that one can just stay there and, look fancy. In the meantime, I'm back to my resin collection. I've elected to collect resin because we go through a ton of it. So a full canister, trust me, I will use it eventually. All right. Well, we're making fairly good progress. We're pretty close to halfway. Just a shortcut there. I had some other in real life kind of issues which I had to address, and the day on Silver had advanced enough that there was too much difference in the lighting, and wow, I couldn't be bothered messing around with the lighting for the scene. So I thought I'll just put a little momentary cut in there just to cover up my getting distracted, and now here I am making light of it. So yeah, anyway, whatever. Life finds a way of getting in the way sometimes, but we're all good. In terms of our resin farming, we are very close to being done. All good. We've now filled that one up, and of course it has unlocked another mission. So yeah, this is why I'm knocking these out. It's kind of free science. It's free, you know, we're collecting resources, blah, blah, blah. We picked up a couple of science samples along the way, so we're going to get them queued up on our science station and, yeah, get back to the next mission. Alright, that's how you make some plastic. Making a couple of them there just so I've got a spare or two. Ultimately, I'll crank out a lot more than that. There are some pretty important uses for it. But what we're doing now is we're going to crank out another of those medium storage canisters, and we're going to take it out and we're going to fill it up with compound, because compound's another thing that you end up going through an absolute ton of it. I'm not going to worry about completely filling the canister. I'll do that later when I've got the equipment to do it more efficiently. For the moment, I'm just going to take this out on the tractor, have a bit of a look around for some more tech, but ultimately just get a convenient amount of stuff in this canister so that we don't have to go hunting for a compound for a little while. Yeah, a little bit over half a canister is not too bad. That's what, 15, 16, 17 units worth of compound that I've got. That'll keep me going for 5 minutes, probably a little bit longer. We're just going to chuck that to one side for now. The because it's not on a platform, selecting the output to be on, it will only spit out one unit at a time, and it's not a bad way to have them. Just understand that if you put one on a platform and you turn the output on, as you would have seen a little bit earlier in the episode, it will keep spamming out that material until all of the available slots on that platform are being filled. So yeah, just an FYI on that one. And while we're busy with FYIs, I'm going to let you know that this is the end of the episode. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and to consider subscribing if you are not already subscribed. Until next time, my name is Rudimentary Rob. Thank you very much for watching, and make sure you have yourself an absolutely fantastic day.